Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Right Time ARCA series. It's been a long break, but I am happy to be back, and I know a lot of the drivers on the track are happy to be back as well. This is a big race tonight. Not only do we have a new sponsor for the race tonight, that being Nwxus Designs here for the 216, but we also have a VMT giveaway going in our Discord right now exclusively for the drivers of the Right Time ARCA series. Shout out to VMT. On behalf of this giveaway, they are giving away a back on track Dale Earnhardt number 8 Budweiser that will be announced during the race. But as of right now, we have just, let me check for you. We have just over, I want to say, 32 minutes left before that is ran, and the winner will be announced on stream. So once again, shout out to VMT on behalf of everybody on Right Time. We do greatly appreciate it. Qualifying underway right now. Few cars hitting the track, and let's go ahead and pop up that display plate on the bottom. Right now, looking at Matt Banky starting his qualifying times. Chris Spreacher as well on the track, finishing his times. 42, Mickey Stewart joining us here tonight. 35, 46 of Brad Miner as well here getting his times done. Chad Sterlo on the track as well in that 4 car tonight. Donnie Honeycutt is here as well. Believe this is a new face joining us tonight. This is the 16 of Travis Griffin. Then, as always, we have the 71 of Kevin Nolf. 78 of Aaron Wright. Just a few names here tonight. Not yet to be called, and that's most likely because they are either not going to qualify, they're going to start in the back, or they are just kind of waiting to see what everybody else's times are going to be. That's kind of a consistent thing you see here in racing. You don't want to be the first one on the track. Not a lot of people like to be the first one on the track. So we will see who actually takes that pole position in just a few moments right now. I can tell you someone that's most likely going to take that pole position, as he has officially just completed his times, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll wait till we get to that grid. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, go ahead, get your drinks, get your popcorn and your snacks, and gather around your phones or TVs, because we are about to have a lot of action-packed racing for roughly the next 2 hours of your Wednesday night. If you're new here, welcome to Asphalt Racing Network on Twitch. These broadcasts will be re-uploaded to YouTube. If you're joining us over on the re-upload on YouTube, thank you for watching over there. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at the Right Time Racing League, and check the bio on YouTube for the Twitch link that will bring you right here for our actual live streamed broadcast. While we are talking about schedule posted on your screen right now. Wednesdays, 9:05 for the green flag is Right Time Racing League. We will also be advancing to Thursdays for Right Time as well. Schedule will be updated after all seasons conclude. As of right now, Momentum Racing is still allotted in that Friday spot at 11 p.m., but that will turn over to NARA's Truck Series going forward in the next few months. And then, of course, on the NARA's YouTube page, you can find me live for the rest of that season, Saturdays, 9:30 p.m. EST. 2 more races in that regular season, that being, we're in the playoffs. 2 more races in the entirety of the season, that being Martinsville this Saturday after an illustrious 31 cautions. Will it be able to stay green? And of course, our Championship 4 race at Homestead on January 17th. So if you're looking for more racing action, be sure to follow the channel and be sure to follow our affiliates. Few more people on track right now. Jeffrey Bourne as well, trying to get his qualifying time done. A little spinneroony there. Corey Rainey also on track as well. Mark Morton finishing his laps right now, and I realize trading paints is not working. So let's go ahead and reload textures. Qualifying officially over, and now the grid is fully set. Might not be your time, but it is officially our time to start this race. Now, let's go to the grid, see who got that illustrious pole position. In first place, no one other than the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt. Qualifying in second place was the 46 of Brad Miner. In third, we have Aaron Wright in the 78. Fourth, Omar Rodriguez Jr. in the 92. Then, rounding out your top five, the number 2 of David Callahan Racing. You also have in sixth place the 74 of Chris Spreacher. Seventh place, we have Jeffrey Bourne. In eighth place, we have Travis Griffin. Ninth and 10th place, respectively, Corey Rainey and Mark Morton, who looks to still be waiting to grid at this point in time. In 11th place, we have Edward Cross Jr. Mickey Stewart qualified in 12th. Not on the track yet. Blake Sherrow in the 33, starting in 13th position. Chad Sturlow in 14th. Matt Banky sitting in 15th in the 35. Cooper Liardi in 16th. Max Wiesner in 17th place. Kevin Alf all the way back there in 18th with John Marino diagonal to him. Preston O'Brien in the back of the field in 21st. Rounding out your field right now is Brianna Laurent. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, big giveaway here tonight as the cars are officially starting their pace laps before we get the green flag waved. And at this point in time, we only have 26 more minutes before VNT's 124 giveaway is unveiled. Who will take that car? I believe 26 actually registered under the conditions set. We only have 15 entrances, so that is going to be a lot smaller number than what it could have been. So someone is walking away with a brand new, only been out of the box one time, 124, Dale Earnhardt Jr. back on track, number 8, Budweiser. And while we are waiting for them to go green, we are going to pay attention to that front of the field. Donnie Honeycutt, been on pace this season, finally got his first win. Now looking to do it again. Pace truck off, green flag moments away. And here we go in the restart zone. High Life 22 taking us back to racing action here. Officially, welcome back. Donnie holding it in strong there. First lap now officially completed. Miner still in second place. Aaron Wright in third. Spreacher in fourth, with Callahan still rounding out that top five. Seems to be we already have Brianna Laurent in the pits. Big field here tonight. And that is a field we expected to have after having 2 weeks off a race. And now Donnie Honeycutt trying to make a name for himself back. First week back now, holding the lead strong right now. Already 4 laps led here tonight, and of course, going to add more to the list. Caution out on the track, seems to be a mess in the backfield. Believed to be the 16 of Travis Griffin and the 35 of Banky as well involved in that. Don't know if Brianna got in the way. Let's go ahead and go back to our action replay there and see exactly what happened. So following the 16 of Griffin. Griffin was the one who spun out here. See if it was a solo spin or if something else happened. Solo spin to the inside. 35 of Banky as well followed. And a lot more carnage in front of Banky as the 3 car of Mark Morton already involved in another accident here. Let's go ahead and look at Banky's perspective of this wreck here. So this is Banky. Banky is there behind the 16, just on the front of your screen there. 16 spins out himself. Banky spun in the same area. I think that was Wiesner that was also affected. Mark Morton and the 18 as well could possibly be a little challenging for them, as those drivers are already going to have to use a fast repair here tonight. 16 overshoots his pit box. Not a good way to start out your first caution and first accident of the race. But here we are, lap 6. Caution number 1 already out. 16 still having trouble with that pit box, now officially in. And he will most likely go a lap down. Brianna Laurent 2 laps down, gets 1 back now, and all the way up to 18th place of Bourne, a lap down. Tough situation pretty early on. Not something you want to have to come across this early on in a race. It's a very unfortunate situation for all of those drivers affected. Hopefully they are able to bounce back comfortably and should hopefully only have a lot of cosmetic damage. Of course, that 16 and the 35, and most likely the 3 going to have some unrepairable damage unless they use that fast repair. But it is a tricky situation to have to be using. This is 216 laps. We are only 8 laps in now under caution. You don't want to have to use that fast repair this early. Unfortunately, for 2 out of those 3 drivers, that's probably already the case, which is going to either A, make or break their race. It may make them drive a little bit more conservative, try to stay out of a lot of situations, but at the same point in time, now that it's off, if they used it, it might break their race by being in another accident of that caliber, them not being able to repair a lot of that damage. But we will have to see. Donnie Honeycutt takes us back. Green flag action right now. Nwxus Design 216 officially touching lap 10. Little side-by-side action in the backfield with Bradley Minor and Aaron Wright. Spreacher and Callahan also side-by-side as well. Corey Rainey. Beautiful first paint scheme there. If I'm not mistaken, the Jordan's first ever shoe he was suspended for. Another caution out in the back of the field. Second caution of the night. Go ahead and back it up here and see exactly what happened. You can see that was in the back of the field there. Was the 48 of Jeffrey Bourne. Going to go ahead and follow on with the 48. 4 car broke loose himself. That is Sturlo. See if he got a bump here. 35 of Banky. Left rear quarter panel of the 4. Sent him up the track right into Bourne, who was trying to avoid it with that biffle throwback scheme there. And it's an unfortunate situation. 3 more cars have accidents. And a lot of damage on them, most likely. Majority of that damage coming forward. That 4 car Now let's see where the 4 car's at. 4 cars in the back of the field right now, sitting in 16th place. Most likely waiting for pits to be open this time. And while he does that, we are going to go to a quick sponsor break. And we will be right back.
Welcome to VMT Collectibles, your pit stop for premium collectibles. We specialize in authentic 118, 124, and 164 scale die-cast cars from top brands like NASCAR, NHRA,
Where's that
Hot
Bass Pro
Wheels,
at?
ERTL, GMP, and Auto World. From rare chase pieces to limited edition releases. But we are more than just die-cast. Explore our curated section of retro video games, action figures, and hard-to-find collectibles that fuel nostalgia and passion. Live on Whatnot for heart-pounding bidding wars and instant deals. Can't make the stream? Be sure to follow us on Facebook for previews of upcoming shows at VMT Collectibles. Once again, that is VMT Collectibles.
And we are back live. Little confusion there under caution. Thought we were going to go back green during commercial. Seems to not be the case. We're going to go around one more time. Pace truck now officially off. Donnie Honeycutt going to take us back to the green flag, this time by Donnie. Doing pretty good here so far tonight. He's held that lead strong and comfortable for a long time, but of course has not been able to try that late run yet. He has unfortunately had 3-2 cautions so far on the night, and it's still really early to call anybody on this race. Now you're seeing Aaron Wright take the high line, get around the 22, and now finds himself in the lead for the first time tonight. Beautiful throwback schemes on the track. Aaron Wright running that Mick Tonight scheme. Little nod to the old school Bill Elliott. Another wreck in the backfield. 06 of Edward Cross Jr. Let's go ahead and pay attention to our action replay and see exactly what happened. 06 right there behind Corey Rainey. The 2 of Callahan locked up his brakes, minimized his damage. Good call from that driver. Seems to be a lot of the same situations we're seeing so far. 2 wrecks have come from contact. This one, of course, not from contact, but from another solo spin. We've seen at least one solo spin that led to extra contact. 1 wreck by contact and another solo spin there. So it seems like these drivers having to throttle out that gas in the corners just a little bit more. I feel like some of them are trying to stab back on a little bit too hard, and we're kind of seeing that come out into their racing. We've seen this before at tracks like Bristol. I wouldn't say Pocono. More of our intermediate to short tracks. We've seen a lot of that throttle stabbing in the corners or just getting back on a little bit too early because that car hasn't really turned and met the groove into the corner, which is causing a lot of these spins. So hopefully that's something a lot of these drivers can catch on early on into this night, to where this isn't a consistent factor throughout the remainder of this race, and it will stay green with less solo spins. But time will tell, and we're going to have to wait. But of course, at the time of that caution, Aaron Wright was in the lead. So Aaron will still hold that lead this time. First restart from somebody outside of the 22 of Honeycutt. So I would like to see how this battle is going to work. They're going to be side by side here. Honeycutt on the high line, most likely, but Choose Cone will be gone this time by. So we will see. I'm going to look real quick at our Discord. 14 minutes left until the VMT 124 giveaway is drawn, and we will announce the winner live on stream. Pace truck off right, takes us back to green flag, first time of the night. Donnie looking to hold that high line. Could it be a 3 wide for the lead? No, backs off at the last second. Go to the beautiful chopper cam in the sky. Hear those engines roar. Wreck in the backfield again. Huge wreck this time. Not a good situation. Edward Cross finds himself back in another one. Brianna Lauren as well. Also involved in that accident. Let's go back to our action replay. Stay eyes in the sky and see exactly what led to this caution. We're going to hit this in slow-mo so we can pay attention to the back of this field right here. Beautiful ARN blimp cams, chopper cams, ready to go at all points and times for all the crazy action we're going to see here on screen. You see the 48 gives a bump to the 4. Actually comes from the 06 in front. We are following Brianna Laurent there. Let's go ahead and follow Edward Cross and back that up. Hit play this time and watch what happens. So the 71 and the 92 actually get into it early on. That is Kevin Nolf and Omar Rodriguez Jr. So we're going to go ahead and follow Kevin Nolf. Show you the initial start of this caution. 71 and the 42 made contact. Spun the 41 around. Caught Brianna Lauren involved. The 4 car, the 33-48 both luckily got away from it. But a few other cars like the 92 not lucky enough to say they made it past. Fate, congratulations. Current streak on Twitch, 30 streams in a row. We appreciate your dedication to the channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to follow us on Twitch to keep up with the live races. If you can't make the live races, stay over on YouTube. A view is still a view. Right now, of course, time of the caution, Aaron Wright still holds the lead. We are in Choose Cone. This time by means the pace truck lights are off. And we will be back green in just a few moments. Pace truck off. Here we go. Get ready for racing action because we are back green. Here it is. Green flag waved back in the air. Aaron Wright still in the lead at this point in time. Little bit of a run up there. Had the 22, had to hit his brakes a little bit. Aaron trying to hold that middle line, but the 74 Spreacher now slowly closing the gap. Not able to do much there in the straightaway. Spreacher in the 74 starting to lose a little bit of time. 22 into the wall. And another caution in the back. 46, Brad Miner spins out as well. 35 of Matt Benke as well once again. Let's go ahead and go to the 46 here, see exactly what happened. You see the 46 just in the back, tapped by the 2, went around 2, 35 came back up into the 2, spun himself around as well. And here we are, lap 31, 5th caution of the night. And by God, George, Race Control has his hands full. Now still at the time of the caution, the 78 of Aaron Wright is your leader and still is the leader. Seven more minutes to go before we get the winner of the VMT 124 diecast giveaway. Let's go ahead and throw it to our sponsored ad one more time before we go back green.
Welcome to VMT Collectibles, your pit stop for premium collectibles. We specialize in authentic 118, 124, and 164 scale diecast cars from top brands like NASCAR, NHRA,
Where's that
Hot
Bass Pro
Wheels,
at?
ERTL, GMP, and Auto World. From rare chase pieces to limited edition releases. But we are more than just diecast. Explore our curated section of retro video games, action figures, and hard-to-find collectibles that fuel nostalgia and passion. Live on Whatnot for heart-pounding bidding wars and instant deals. Can't make the stream? Be sure to follow us on Facebook for previews of upcoming shows at VMT Collectibles. Once again, that is VMT Collectibles.
You heard the man. Make sure to follow them on Whatnot and Facebook, official sponsors of the Right Time Racing League and Asphalt Racing Network. Giveaway in 6 minutes now, and the winner will be announced on stream. It will not be known who it is because they are racing right now, but back to green flag. Aaron Wright holding the lead. 22 of Donnie Honeycutt going to go on the low side. See if he can get this run here. Little bit of contact, and the 78 of Wright is spun around. Caution number 6. Boy, oh boy, I would love to hear these voice calls right now, but I'm not sure if it's PG-13. I'm a little worried about that. I do want to stop in, but I don't know. I do not know if that's a wise decision. Feel like we should probably just stay here. So we're just going to stay here. We're not going to try to patch in with the driver. If you're currently joining us, welcome to the broadcast for the Nwxus Designs 216 for the Right Time ARCA Series here at North Wilkesboro. One hell of a track. One hell of a race so far. We have had 6 cautions so far. We can get the race recap on your screen right now to show you exactly what this race is going to look like for these drivers. As of right now, 39 laps out of 216 have been completed. Your leader at this point in time is the 2 car of David Callahan We are currently in our 6th caution for 24 laps at this point in time, and there's only been one lead change under green flag. I do not believe that, because the Aaron Wright has taken it from Donnie, and now Callahan is in the lead after a spin. Don't know if they're going to count that as a lead change, but that is exactly where we're at right now. Race analysis for this race, of course, 216 laps, and the weather here on the track in a very temperamental North Carolina is 68 degrees Fahrenheit, no wind, clear blue or clear black skies since we're racing under the lights with only 46% humidity on that track. Rubber, of course, going to build up on that track in due time and is going to cause a lot more wrecks to happen. Hopefully these drivers tone it down just a little bit and we can get these green flag runs before it takes a lot of the strategy out of this race. Remember, this is ARCA. We have no stages. It is pure endurance, and back green we are with the tied number 2 in the lead. First time here tonight. 22 of Donnie Honeycutt on the outside. Callahan breaks loose just a little bit there, able to maintain it and save it. Who will be able to take the victory, but the biggest thing is who will be taking this diecast. We do not have much more time on this giveaway, and another caution out in the back. Believe that was the 27 of Gary Wright. Yes, that was the 27 of Gary Wright. Jesus. We need to back that up because this is an insane shot. I wish I had a closer view to really get you on board there. Turned sideways, slammed from the 06. 06 didn't even slow down. That was a 16, excuse me. 16 didn't even slow down. Blew through the rear of the 27. Let's go ahead and back that up one more time. Who is running that 16 scheme tonight? That is the biggest question of all, because they are not showing as the 16 on the board. So it is a little bit confusing to figure out who that was. It had to be somebody in the back of the field now. 78 Aaron Wright just around. 23 of Marino. Excuse us while we try to figure out this car. Travis Griffin, there we go. He was not showing up on my screen. Let's go ahead and go to his cockpit view and see exactly what happened here. Yeah, he didn't even try to slow down there, and most likely ended his night if he's already used a fast repair. I believe he was already been in a wreck before, so not a good situation to find yourself in now. And now down pit road is we are still pacing before we go back to green. Race control. Dealing with a lot there. Someone that's probably level-headed right now is most likely our race control. Mike, are you there, boss? Just wanted to check in with you and see how the day job's going so far.
I wish I could text you guys as fast as I'm writing this stuff down. What would you like to know?
How many more times do certain people have incidences before they are going to be DQ'd for this race?
All right, so at this point, I haven't had any repeat offenders as far as causing the cautions. But from basically lap 40, we had 6 cautions by lap 40. So pretty much from this point forward, everybody's going to be getting something. Every wreck's going to have somebody assigned to it. So like that one, the Ford just got the EOL for driving up into the 27 off the corner.
Well, hopefully the rest of your night here up in the sky isn't going to be so difficult. Just wanted to check in with you on broadcast and let them see a little bit behind the scenes as to how stressful it can be. But we're going to let you get back to it and probably check in with you in a few.
Yeah, no worries. I'm running out of ink in my pens here, so I got to go find a couple more crayons here.
I'll page someone to get some up in your booth for you.
Thank you.
And of course, that being your race control for the night. You heard the man burning through his pens right now, and rightfully so. It's been a little hectic here so far. Ladies and gentlemen, the giveaway has been ran. Your official winner of the 124 Back on Track number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr., is no one other than the 4-car of Chad Sturlo. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and throw us to an ad so I can break the fourth wall behind scenes real quick and let the driver know that he has officially won that car. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break and pray to God there's not another caution. We will be right back.
You know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Ladies and gentlemen, do I have a copy real quick? I would just like to say the VMT giveaway has been drawn, and congratulations, Chad. You just won yourself a 124 Back on Track Dale Jr.
Places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery, tire pressure, top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system. And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
And keeping you safe.
Anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready. All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's not a Hemi!
Hell yeah, it does. You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR. Let's go. We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from commercial break. We have thrown that transmission over the radio, and once again, that 4-car being the lucky man right there, VMT giveaway winner. And another caution immediately goes out after the green flag goes back. Let's see if we can get this down. This is, I believe, the 8th caution of the night now. That was in front on the 74. '74 is Spreacher that time. Nasty wreck there. Nasty. Now back under caution. 9th caution of the night, excuse me. 9 cautions here so far. That is a lot of laps so far done under pacing. Roughly 35 laps out of the 59 we have ran so far have been under caution. Not a good place you want to be right now. Is in the middle to the rear of the field. That's where a lot of our problems are coming from right now. It's the middle to the rear of the field. Donnie Honeycutt in the lead now at the time of the caution. Nwxus Designs 216. 216 in honor of the Biff. But now the biggest question, who will be able to win this race? And how many more cautions will we have? And will race control in the booth in the sky still have hair after this race is over? That is the question of the night. That man is probably ready to wrap it up for the night. Pen's running out of ink. Can't write down fast enough. Pace truck off. Honeycutt takes us back to the lead. Green flag once again. Donnie Honeycutt holding strong in the front of this field right now. Finally gets the lead back. Late runs have just not been able to be found right now. 63 laps officially. Have almost half of this race so far has been under caution. Single file in the front, probably a wise decision from these guys, as it's not going to cause wrecks. We're going to go to our switch cams and just follow a few people rolling around the track. Following the 33 is Sharrow, now looking at the 2 of Callahan. Callahan makes a wee bit of contact in the wall. Still holds on strong. Now following the 42 of Mickey Stewart. .35 of Matt Banky. Banky earlier in a few wrecks here tonight. Now seems to be trying to dial it in and get it back. Sitting right now in 11th position, just outside the top 10. Just in front of him by 2 cars is the 33 we are following right now, Blake Sharrow. Sharrow has the 10 behind him. 10 is a lap down. That is Preston O'Brien. Going back to your lead. These cars have slowly started to thin themselves out. Donnie Honeycutt in the lead. Mark Morton in the 3 cars sitting in 2nd. And Corey Rainey just behind in 3rd. Decent sized gap to the 4th place position right now. That being Brad Miner. Just behind him is Aaron Wright and Chris Spreacher side by side here. Going into the turn. Spreacher a little bit low on the line. Able to maintain it. No wreck. Looking at Spreacher, his car seems to be overturning on that front side, and those back tires looking loose. Let's go ahead and get that roll bar cam from him. See exactly how it's looking for him on that wheel. So not really needing to overcorrect it to the right. The more you see that wheel stay to the left side, the more comfortable his tires are. So it might just be a camera angle situation. 78 Aaron Wright just in front there. Slowly making time up on Wright. Really having to coast these corners. Almost made contact with Aaron Wright. '74, '78 still tucked together. Nice single file track behind them. David Callahan, Edward Cross, Blake Sharrow just away. That is the 10 car of O'Brien. Currently in 16th place, but up here with the top 5. Spreacher starting to lose a little bit of time there. Had to make it back up. Callahan and Wright made contact right in the wall. Saves it. Going back up to your leader right now, Donnie, in a world of his own. Corey Rainey just a few seconds behind, about a second, almost a second and 3/4 behind the leader right now. Donnie Honeycutt in the lead a predominant amount of times so far here tonight. Boom. Number of 45 laps. But another caution out seems to be David Callahan involved in a wreck. 10th caution here of the night. Following that number 2 tied car of Callahan. Let's see exactly what happened. Probably involving that 10 there. No, solo spin trying to keep it off the 10. Nose dove into the inside wall. No other cars affected around him. Good situation to be in. Unfortunate situation overall, though, as now he has damage on that front end and will have to be in pits this time. '23 of John Marino missing an entire front bumper. Debris somewhere on the track back there. Huge accidents here tonight. They are making or breaking a lot of people's races so far at this point in time. Spreacher now in the front of the pack, screaming like Roman Reigns. Majority cars in accidents tonight. It reminds me of the good old NASCAR. Heat 5. Public lobbies. Where all hell breaks loose for a short amount of time. But it is doomed to happen. Lot of just accidents here tonight. Of course, Callahan's no fault to his own. Little bit of a loose break there. Trying to stay away. And unfortunately just spun trying to keep it off the 10. Respect to him for trying to keep it green, but sometimes it happens. Right now, looks to be getting a message from our race control. We're going to wait for him to finally type out everything, and maybe we'll get an update on everything from the first caution of the night up till now. Pace truck off. Spreacher's first time taking us back to green. And it will happen this time. Spreacher, green flag in the air. We saw Spreacher had a comfortable car. Now, how comfortable will it be for him? How long will he hold the lead? Another caution out. Our giveaway winner involved in that caution. Contact. Ooh, contact with the 23 just sent Marino into the pit lane wall. Marino somehow still able to manage to drive that car. I don't even know how he's able to. But now finds himself with a lot of damage on that car. The 4 doesn't look so bad. But I can tell you that 23 is not happy at all. Missing a lot of front end. A lot of front end. Let's go ahead and follow him, see if he'll use this fast repair. Might be retired at this point in time. Overshot the pit stall too. Fast repair taken. Marino back out. Spreacher still in the lead. Marino should exit pits in time. And now we are slowly but surely getting updates from race control. Lap 5. Number 16 of Travis Griffin and the 3 self-spun off of turn 4 separately. There was no penalty given for that caution. As you heard him say earlier, not many repeat offenders. So I expect these first few reports to be no cautions. Just want to say, if you are tuning in live, welcome to the Asphalt Racing Network here, home of the Right Time Racing League. Nowhere else we'd rather be on a Wednesday than be calling the tail of the tape, as they say in boxing. Pace truck off, 74 Spreacher taking us back to green flag. But in the meantime, if you're brand new here, make sure you share that stream to all that you know likes iRacing content or just racing broadcast content in general. And also be sure to drop a follow if you haven't. We're close to our new follower goal, 127 out of 130. Spreacher back to green flag, holding really comfortable here right now. Donnie Honeycutt has controlled a lot of this race in the lead. Now it's Spreacher's turn, lap 88 of 216. Still a lot of racing to go, and it's only going to get longer if we cannot keep it green, because there's going to be pace lap after pace lap at a slow pace. Oh, you see a car break loose back there. That looked to be the 78 of Aaron Wright. Just behind him, that's the 35 of Banky. Top 5 right now, Chris Spreacher in first. Wright in second. Banky in third, trying to pass Omar right now. Omar now currently has third place. 22 of Donnie Honeycutt sitting in fifth. This is the fight to watch here. 35, 92, 22. 35 now has the run on the 92. So does Donnie. Donnie gets around the 92 as well, puts himself in fourth place now. Still a lot of fighting. 35 from the 78, getting real close. 22 goes on the inside of the 35. Will there be contact? Yes, no spin. 22, a machine on that bottom line right now, making up a lot of room. Notice how he has no draft behind him. It's clear air, unless other than that little bit of side draft he's getting from those cars, but it's not enough as they're all cruising the corners. Now the 92 of Rodriguez is going to go down there a little bit, Try to split the gap, but go back up high. They are catching time to Wright. Wright blocks a 35. Donnie, Honeycutt, Banky, still side by side. Honeycutt finally gets the run he was looking for. Now catching up to the 78 of Aaron Wright, trying to get his lead back as Spreacher is almost 2 seconds away from them in the front. Side by side, still in the corners. Aaron Wright just holds the advantage at this point in time over Honeycutt. Honeycutt gets a good advantage there to put himself in second. Out of the corner, it seems to be his. Wright catches back up, gains the position back, but they are nose to nose as another caution comes out. Donnie is going to be awarded that second place behind Spreacher. Let's go back to our action replay here. See exactly what led to the 11th caution, if I'm not mistaken, of the night. Edward Cross Jr. once again. Seemed like he was braking. Might have got loose on this exit. Got loose on the exit, was braking. The 10 of Preston O'Brien sent him around. That is the 12th caution of the night. Update from our race control. Lap 11, the number 4 of Sherlow, your VMT giveaway winner. Turned down into the 35. No penalty was awarded for that as well. Lap 19, the 06 self-spun off of turn 4. No penalty awarded that time either. He's got about 9 more cautions to catch up. That man is running wild right now. Now, while they are doing choose cone once again, we're going to go to a short commercial break and a quick word from our sponsors.
Welcome to VMT Collectibles, your pit stop for premium collectibles. We specialize in authentic 118, 124, and 164 scale die-cast cars from top brands like NASCAR, NHRA,
Where's that
Hot
Bass Pro
Wheels,
at?
ERTL, GMP, and Auto World. From rare chase pieces to limited edition releases. But we are more than just die-cast. Explore our curated section of retro video games, action figures, and hard-to-find collectibles that fuel nostalgia and passion. Live on Whatnot for heart-pounding bidding wars and instant deals. Can't make the stream? Be sure to follow us on Facebook for previews of upcoming shows at VMT Collectibles. Once again, that is VMT Collectibles.
Back live under green flag right now. 22-78 side by side. Honeycutt takes the lead back. Still fighting is Aaron Wright. Nwxus Design 216, 104 laps. Out of 216 this time by, let's go ahead and get an analysis on your screen of the race so far. A lot of cautions, so prepare yourselves. We have had 12 cautions for 12 cautions for 49 laps. 105 laps out of 216 done so far. with 4 lead changes being awarded of the night. Donnie Honeycutt started in the pole position tonight and finds himself back in the lead at this point in time. He has led a whopping 49 laps of this race. Now a little bit of lap traffic in front of him, that being the 35 of Banky. And another caution in the back of the field. This time, Max Wiesner, the 29. Go ahead and check this replay. Most likely another solo spin. Right into the wall. It's an unfortunate situation, but it's a situation we've seen a lot of times tonight. Tough, tough, tough. While we are under caution, I'm actually going to throw it to a full commercial break this time, so this broadcaster can get a little drink of water. I'll be right back in a few short minutes.
Did you know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Back under green we go here. As you just saw, and there is championship Final 4 race at Homestead, Miami. Just a few weeks away. 2 weeks in total. This week we are at Martinsville on Saturday. Be sure to stop by to see yours truly commentating another short track in the same week. Last time we went to Martinsville, 31 cautions from wrecks. Will it be the same feat, or will these drivers clean it up this time by? You'll just have to tune in on Saturdays on YouTube to find out. But right now, lap 115 of the Nwxus Design 216 for Right Time Racing League. Donnie Honeycutt doing his workout in the front. 46 a minor now up front with him. David Callahan sitting back here in third with his teammate. Corey Rainey in fourth place. Aaron Wright rounding out your top five. Jeffrey Bourne in sixth place. Mickey Stewart in seventh place. Cooper Liardi in eighth. Shero is in ninth. Running out your top 10 right now is Brianna Laurent. Last three cars actively on the lead lap. Just outside of the top 10, the 11th, the 74 of Chris Spreacher. In 12th, the 92 of Omar Rodriguez Jr. And your last car on lead lap, that is the 06 of Edward Cross. Little bit of struggle in here tonight from a lot of these cars. A lot of solo spins. Few actual contact wrecks. Nothing too egregious, though. Nothing to the point where anybody has gotten a penalty so far per race control. Now the 22 of Honeycutt holding the lead strong. 46 of Brad Miner not too far behind. Decent sized gap already. About a second and a half to the 78 of Wright, to the bumper of the 22 in front. Currently in third place right now. Started in third. Not too bad of a situation to be in. Let's go ahead and bounce around the track. See all starting positions and where they're currently at. A lot of movers so far here tonight, whether that's negative or positive. Highest mover in the top 10 right now is Liardi, up 8 positions from a starting grid spot. Just outside would be Brianna Laurent, who is up 10 positions from her starting grid spot. Donnie still in the lead comfortably right now. Miner not able to make or break a difference, but also might not be fighting his teammate to try to pass for position. But once again, 14th caution of the night. Kevin Nolf around this time. Kevin Althus, who are currently following. Apron touched just a little bit. Solo spun. Able to keep it out the wall. Good job locking them brakes up, Nolf. Unfortunate situation, but that is going to be your 14th caution here of the night. 06 able to get their lap back this time, as they are one of the few a lap down. First one to be a lap down, to be exact. Race control update with a few more situations on the night. The number 71 got into the 42. Oh, God, we're fourth wall breaking. The 71 got into the 42 on a lap 25. Into turn 1. No penalty was assessed on either driver. Then lap 31, as we saw on the replay, Morton went wide off of turn 4, bounced off the 23 and went to the inside wall. No penalty as well. Lap 36, we have the 22 get into the 78 on turn 2 exit. No penalty once again. On lap 42, as we are back green, Donnie being your leader still. Lap 42, the number 4 got into the 27 off turn 4, and EOL was granted to the number 4 that time. That being his second caution of the night he was involved in. Oh, God. Looking at cams right now. Another caution out again. I was enjoying that flyby, too. This time, 29 of Wiesner finds himself in another caution. Let's go ahead and go back and look once again. '29 Wiesner, 35 of Banky, side by side there. Wiesner gets loose again, same spot. Hits the wall, and with all pun intended, he said, "We." Horrible joke. That's why I'm a father. Dad jokes all day, boss. You ain't getting nothing but the dad jokes. Feel like I deserve a little, you know, hard work. Hard work here. Hard work here in the booth. Now Wiesner finds himself in a difficult position now because I believe he's already used a fast repair. I'm not too sure. If he hasn't, he's still lucky. But as of right now, might be up to the Wolves. Donnie Huntingcutt still in the lead. Brad Miner in second. Aaron Wright in third. Callahan in fourth. Rainey fifth. Just outside is Liardi and Bourne, 6th and 7th. Spreacher and Rodriguez Jr., 8th and 9th. Running out your top 10, Blake Sharrow. These drivers need to do something quick. It's getting to the point of the night where Donnie is rolling through this race right now in the lead. No one can really have the pace. 46 a minor now, slowly starting to get up there. But he's been leaving distance. I wonder if he's leaving distance for the cars behind to keep them off pace, or if he's not really trying to fight his teammate too much right now. Time will tell, of course. Honeycutt doesn't just like to give wins away, so. .78 of Wright trying to kill the time to the bumper of Minor. Just outside of your top 10 now, Blake Sherrow. 48 of Jeffrey Bourne in 7th place right now. Aaron Wright was on good pace. But another caution out. That coming from the 4 of Chad once again. You know what time it is. Let's check the replay. Breaks loose. He had it saved. Breaks loose. Solo. Spin once again. Same situation we've been dealing with a lot here tonight. And I know a lot of these drivers, every time they hear a yellow, are most likely sitting there screaming. So it's a tough situation to be in. Tough situation to be in. Thankfully, the 4 only accrued damage to his car, no one else's. So that is a positive there. But what's not a positive, a lot of these guys have not been able to get a long run in. We've had a lot of laps go green so far. But the laps under caution are dominating the entire race right now. Looking at our recap so far of the night. Of course, 145 laps out of 216 have been completed. Donnie Honeycutt in the lead. We have had 16 cautions for 64 laps. There's a lot of laps under caution right now. 145. I mean, that's almost just over half of what we've done so far. Under a caution. But that's North Wilkesboro for ya. Nwxus Designs 216. Honeycutt taking us back to green flag once again. In the restart zone. Outside of him is the 46 of Minor, 78 of Wright. The number 1 of Rainey. A little bit of stack up there. David Callahan and Wright. They are 3 wide for 5th. 07 pulls himself out of it. Now the 1 of Rainey trying to make some moves, sitting in top 3 right now. 74 Spreacher He's trying to get around to no avail right now on that low line. Spreacher gets his position back, so does Wright. Back to Donnie Honeycutt in the lead, 46 a minor now, slowly closing the gap, only 0.2 of a second back. Spreacher 0.6 of a second. Aaron Wright almost a whole second behind. He needs to catch up now if he's going to make anything shake, because it's only going to get worse the longer this race goes on. The more he might fall off in the back end. If you are just tuning in live, welcome to Asphalt Racing Network's broadcast of the Right Time Racing League here for the Nexus Design 216 for the ARCA Series. Uh-oh, Spreacher with a little bit of an accident in the back. That's going to stay green and caution out. Looking at the replay, 74 Spreacher broke loose. The same area we've seen a lot of other people break. You see those skid marks from the tires on the track there. Consistent situation so far with a lot of these drivers in the same area. I think that's Spreacher's first time with a solo spin. But still, a very unfortunate situation to be in. Now, pit cycle's going to be open. Donnie goes in this time. A lot of people go in this time. Donnie Honeycutt, Brad Miner, Wright, Callahan, Rainey, Sherrow, Liardi, Spreacher. Of course, he has damage. Gary Wright, all in this time. Omar will cycle to your new leader. Now this will be Omar's first time taking us back to green flag tonight. A lot on the line here. It's been a little rough and tough for a lot of these drivers, to say the least. Omar trying to do whatever he can to keep it green and keep it clean. Now that he's holding the lead, it's a good position to be in, but there's still a lot of racing to go here. Still a good even 60 laps. Choose code this time by pace truck off. Rodriguez Jr. taking us back to green flag. Good size jump from him there too. 48 of Jeffrey Bourne's not going to let him get too far away as he's going to slowly start dialing it in on him. Now almost at the rear bumper. And another wreck in the backfield. That being David Callahan in the 2 car. go ahead and check it out. Most likely another solo spin, hopefully. And was one more solo spin to add to the night. You can tell rubber buildup on the track now, and it's getting a little worse for wear. Hey, appreciate the follow. This is your first time joining us here. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We are glad that you were able to find us. Give you a little update right now. We are on our 18th caution of the night. Solo spin in the back end. Just costed David Callahan a lot of positions here. Now we are back up to the front. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in the lead. Jeffrey Borner is outside. Omar, being the control car, will take us back to green in the restart zone once the pace truck turns off. Little bit tricky, like I've been saying all night, guys. It's a little bit tricky on this track here. I personally haven't raced with the ARCA cars because I know what's in store. But it's been a lot of solo spins tonight. Seems like a lot of incidences are coming from turn 4 so far. I mean, that's racing. Accidents are going to happen. As long as it's not negligence, I can give you benefit of the doubt. Once again, back green here. Nwxus Designs 216. Now Omar still holding the front. And another caution out again. You can see that was the 78. Aaron Wright got affected that time. '78 made contact with a 33 Ashero and unfortunately went around. 19th caution of the night here so far. Tough situation to be in, folks. These drivers ready to finish the race. But as they pace, we will go to a short commercial break. And we will be back after the green flag.
end. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line.
You got a great car, great team. We'll execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction.
Side by side, hammer down.
The After Jensen will count out anybody who wants it the most.
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. Victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it.
Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
You're gonna say no, baby.
Let's go! Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can get it. One final shot.
Gotta earn this thing. Run here to the end.
It is all on the table. A total 500.
It has been carnage here under commercial break. We have had 2 cautions since the break. First yellow flag came out. All right, it's not wanting to show the actual yellow flag. That's nice. You saw it on the back end of your screen, though, just a little bit. This is the second wreck that happened. Cooper Liardi was also involved in this one. '78 got loose. Cooper went around. 42, Mickey Stewart also involved. 06 again involved. And then got slammed from the rear end, I believe, by... I don't even know who that was. That wasn't Blake. Blake was involved in this as well, though. Tough night. Tough night for a lot of these drivers. 181 laps done so far out of 216. We've had a tremendous amount of cautions so far. 21 cautions, 85 laps in total for the cautions on the night. Donnie Honeycutt currently sitting in, believe, P1. We will see here on the restart. 46 is lagging back, so Donnie looks to be your leader on the outside line. No, 46 a minor was. Brad Minor now fighting with his teammate for the win. And it seems like you want to be up front tonight if you're going to avoid a wreck. As a lot of these drivers up front have and still have clean cars. Donnie Honeycutt in second currently at this point in time. In third is the 35 of Matt Banky. Fourth is Chris Spreacher. Fifth, running out your top five, Rodriguez Jr. in the 92. Just outside of the top five is the one of Corey Rainey. 42 of Mickey Stewart in seventh. Aaron Wright, the 78, in eighth place. Shero in ninth. And Preston O'Brien rounding out your top 10. Jeffrey Bourne. Oh, Shero. Shero able to maintain it, so no caution that time. Donnie Honeycutt still holding the front of this pack for himself. Let's go ahead and look at how many laps he has currently led in this race. 103 laps out of 186. Now finally hitting the 30 to go mark. It's a new one. I've never seen it pop up with 30 to go. It's normally 20. But since we're at the late stages of this race, folks, please, please, please stick around after the checkered flag and the celebration from our winner, as we would love for you guys to make sure you are here for our post-race interview with the top three finishers of this race. And I know they would appreciate y'all sticking around as well. So make sure you don't go anywhere after the checkered flag is waved. Now, Donnie Honeycutt holding the lead strong with only 7/10 of a second splitting him and Minor. Banky on the bumper of the 46 just behind, now going on the inside, trying to get around, and does. A lot of lap traffic now starting to stack up, and another caution on the field. That one is not reading me a caution. Let's go ahead and go to the blim cam. Yeah, I am actively not seeing the contact that was made right there. Lot of drivers already out for the night. Mark Morton in the 3 car out on your tower. Wiesner as well. I don't know why I said a lot. There's only like 2 cars. Wiesner is well out, and Travis Griffin multiple laps down at this point in time. Donnie Honeycutt, though, still your leader at this point in time. Behind him, you have Brad Minor, Matt Benke, Omar Rodriguez Jr., Aaron Wright, Preston O'Brien, who finally finds himself back on lead lap within the top 10, Chris Spreacher, Cooper Liardi, Blake Sherrow, and Mickey Stewart, rounding out your top 10. Now, of course, choose code that time by the line. They will be back green momentarily. Tough race for a lot of drivers here tonight. Green flag waved. And another caution. Back out. '78 in front. That is the '78 of Aaron Wright. Him and the 35 went to go break loose there. 35 able to save it. 78, no bueno. '23rd caution here of the night. We are close to getting this race finished. Once again, 23rd caution here of the night. Donnie Honeycutt still in the lead. Not much has changed within your top 5. Preston O'Brien now sitting in 5th. Spreacher in 6th. Mickey up to 8th place. Cooper Liardi in 9th. And now Aaron Wright in 10th. Choose cone, now done. Back to green flag. This time by pace truck off. Donnie taking us back to green another time. Hopefully for a longer run. Green flag waved. 17 more laps to go. It has been a hectic ride so far. Who is actually going to take the victory here tonight is the biggest question. And another caution is out. Sherrow being the person to wreck that time. Looks like a bad entry to that corner. Aproned it. Got 5 to 6 cars in total there. At this pace, If these drivers don't hold good lines, they're literally just going to give this win away to Donnie under caution. Of course, green and white checkers are activated, but you only have so many. And right now seems to be, we'll be using a few of them by the end of this race. Just been a tough night strategically for a lot of drivers, and not only strategically, just skill-wise in the corners. No offense to any drivers, there's just a lot of over-driving and bad entries that are leading to a lot of these wrecks here tonight, and it's kind of what was expected to happen here at North Wilkesboro, but not to this level, if that makes sense. It's been a little overly spinny, but it's a good thing it hasn't been from aggression. It's always one thing you would prefer in a race would be an inability to hold the corner, you know, with throttle than consistently just driving through somebody because you're mad. I think right now, 23, John Marino out, 2 of Callahan's out. Wiesner and Morden, almost all of DCR. And then there's Corey Rainey, currently sitting in 7th. I believe the lone wolf of his team right now. Green flag waved once again. Donnie Honeycutt in the lead, and Brad Miner spins out in the back. Another caution, 25th caution of the night. Thankfully, everybody avoided Miner, so no damage to him, other than some worn tires there. And with that being said, folks, we are going to go to a short commercial break. 4 more laps to go here. Nexus Designs 216. Donnie Honeycutt in the lead, praying that it stays green. No green, white checkers. He has been the dominant car here tonight, has fought for the lead, qualified on pole, lost the lead, gained it back, but has officially ran 130 laps in the lead, as now we have the 26th caution of the day. Go ahead and look on the replay here. Seems to be the 22 showing on my screen, but I believe it was the number 1 car. Number 1 of Corey Rainey went off the track, was around by himself. Let's back it up a little bit further there. Rainey slid off the track, made contact with the 22, made contact with the 78, minimized the damage to his front bumper. That is the reason for your 26th caution of the night. Well, Rainey was awarded an EOL for that. He will be starting at the end of the longest line here. Donnie Honeycutt still holds the lead. I believe we are in green-white checker territory. We have 3 laps to go. Restart coming here now. On the 22, 74 of Spreacher on the outside. 92 of Rodriguez just behind. 35 of Banky with O'Brien in your top 5. And the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt was immediately turned. And there's a huge stack up on the front of the field for your 27th caution of the night. There's going to be a lot of teams watching this film as to figure out where they went wrong. And I'm confused as to where this restart went wrong. Looks like the 74 kind of wiggled his wheel and got down into the 22 and just ruined the 22's race. And at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other cars around him. Let's go to the cockpit cam of Spreacher and see exactly what that restart was looking like for him before the contact with the 22. Alright, coming up to the restart zone here, you see him holding the wheel to the left. That's kind of hard to say that was on Spreacher. Looked like he was maintaining a cool line in the middle, and Honeycutt possibly came up a little bit on him. But now that puts Spreacher in the lead. That is, if he wins this race, that is going to be a very controversial finish there. And a few more gray hairs added to the beautiful head of our race control. You know what? I think it's about time.
Into the 21, so the 74 will get the EOL here.
Well, just came in to ask, but All of the stream heard it there. 74 with another EOL. How's the gray hairs going, boss?
Oh, gray hairs are good. It's the blue ink, pen ink that I'm running out of still. I am now on page 4 of notes for tonight, so.
Good Lord.
Yes, sir. So, but hey, as long as everybody's learning something tonight and what not to do next week, that's I guess that's important.
Well, definitely have a lot of film here. Hopefully, we might check in with you after the race is over. But we're about to be back to green, so I shall catch you later.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Green flag waved back in the air once again, and the 10 car, Preston O'Brien, gonna roll ahead of Banky here. I believe this is his first entire race. 2 more laps to go. Could be his. And another caution out on the field. Gary Wright, Nwxus Jr. Boy, oh boy, they just don't want me to leave. I swear to you. Follow the 27 here, Gary Wright. 48 of Bourne went up under the 06. 06 couldn't hold it. Slid back up the track. Almost saved it. Slammed it to the left rear of the 27 of Gary Wright. And we're back pacing. 28th caution of the night. We're almost breaking the all-time record for me ever broadcasted, and that is 31 cautions. I don't know how many more green-white checkers we have, but might be broken tonight, folks. Might be broken tonight. Let me see if I can pull up stats for this race. Might tell me how many green-white checkers. We only have 3. So the record stands still with a cool 31 for Naris. And we will be going back to that track this weekend on Saturday. So let's hope it is a lot cleaner than the last time we went to Martinsville, especially this being an elimination race for the round of 8. But back here at Wilkesboro for the Nwxus Design 216, we have seen 28 cautions tonight, a lot of self-spins, a lot of wrecks involving 2 drivers, plus the big one just happened about not even 3 minutes ago. Spreacher did get an EOL for that. Was in the lead at the point in time, but spun the 22 of Honeycutt out, which is now a lap down. Practically stole that race away from Donnie himself. Seemed to be setting himself up for the win. Seemed to be on pace for the win all race. He had literally 104 laps led out of 216. Now finds himself a lap down, sitting in 9th place. We have a newcomer, O'Brien in the 10, and Banky in the 35 in 2nd, Mickey Stewart in 3rd, Rodriguez in 4th, and Spreacher in 5th. Green flag for the new guy. 35 of Banky got loose on that restart. 2 more laps to go. The 10 car is out in front by a whopping 5/10 of a second, and they are spinning once again in the backfield. Aaron Wright around. We are going to hold off on that. That is going to be white flag. '29th caution under white flag. Now I'm confused. Threw the white flag, but now the caution is out. '29th caution of the night. I believe this is literally the checkered. Finished the race under the last green-white checkered, and that's unfortunate. Preston O'Brien takes the win here tonight. And as always, we're going to shut our mouths and let him celebrate. Bell doesn't seem to be doing much celebrating. He's just parked himself on the front stretch. Which is a little bit of a shock, because unless he blew up his engine that early, which I don't believe he had to blow up his engine that early. But only a few more things to get through before we wrap up this stream tonight. Of course, still have our top 3 interviews to go through. And we will be doing that momentarily, making sure he doesn't want to keep going. Plus, we're letting them get out their seats. Alright, no more celebration. We should be good to start rolling the top 3 in. Someone we haven't talked to all season. I'm actually honored to be able to talk to him. Wrong chat. Wrong chat, I put you in there. Mickey.
What's up?
Buddy, I didn't think I'd ever see the end of this race. Finally in the top 3 finishing. Something I'd like to know, how did the car feel for you tonight?
The first half of the race, it was real excellent on the long runs. We didn't have a lot of... Got a little better at the restarts there in the second half as well, but if we ran 5-6 laps, the car felt really good. It was just short runs, so just trying to manage those tires and trying to stay clean.
So you've been really trying to find this top 3 finish the entirety of the season. Do you feel like a lot of these wrecks kind of boosted your finishing position? You started in 12th, and you gained 9 positions overall. The highest mover, of course, was the leader with 20 positions. But, I mean, you literally shot up the field. The more the wrecks came out, the higher you went. Do you feel like that really contributed to your top 3 finish, or was it just really comfortable track for you tonight?
I can't. They definitely contributed. There were some wrecks in front of me. I got a few spots out of, but sometimes that's racing, especially on these short tracks. Shout out to my team with the right time and Jeffrey and them guys. Talking strategy, just stay patient, try to stay clean, and basically kind of let the race sort itself out. And fortunately for us here on our race team, it worked out for us.
Well, it has been a tough season for a lot of drivers. I would say you being included in that. Not really in a high enough position when it comes to points to really feel like that championship race can be kind of clenched, most likely by a win, is really what you're looking for right now. Now that North Wilkesboro is done, we only have 3 more races on the season before we move forward. What's really your goal to get to that, to get to a position to possibly either A, be fighting for a championship this season or be fighting for a championship next season?
As a rookie in the league and a rookie with IE Racing as well, I'm extremely happy with our top 3. I would love to see where these points get us. It would be awesome to go for a championship, right? But just want to prove myself out on the track, prove I can be a clean, respectful racer, and earn that respect. And maybe it'll pay off for me at the end, especially if I am going for a championship. It's better to have more friends than enemies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you there. It's a good strategy to try to come into, especially with the next season. I mean, it's been tough.
Yeah.
there's a lot of names on the hit list going forward for next season. It's smart to keep yourself off of that. Now,
Definitely.
of course, like we always finish our interview with, I would like to ask you if you have anybody or anyone you would like to shout out.
Start off with my wife and family allowing me the time to practice and run these races. Team owners, Aaron and Jeffrey with Right Time, the league itself, the Right Time League, for allowing me to join. I'm having an absolute blast, man. I look forward to Wednesday every night. I get the shakes about noon every day, every Wednesday, getting nervous and excited, and I really look forward to it. And I'm looking forward to finishing strong here and hopefully get a strong start next season.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish tonight. Hopefully, we could see that again. Maybe a race win, but I guess time will have to tell.
Yeah, first couple races we were in the back. Then I ended up getting a top 15. I believe I got me a top 10 at some point, and now a top 5/top 3. So we're getting better. We're improving. The crew's doing a great job. Top 3 on the podium, baby. Let's go.
Well, once again, congratulations on that podium finish, and we appreciate your time here in the booth.
Hey, thanks, Ty. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. That was our third place finisher, Mickey Stewart in the 42. Now to somebody that
Who's the fat kid talking to?
had a little bit damn, just insult me in my own booth, why don't you? Good God. Now to somebody who had a little bit of struggles early on into this race, able to find yourself back up in the top 3, finishing in second position. Background. Matt, how are you feeling about the race here tonight? I know it was I don't even know what to describe it as. It was a difficult track to maneuver from the back, and you practically did it without being wrecked out.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I started the night off by destroying the 16 after I got loose off of 4. I mean, he did too, but so I ended up using the fast repair early on. So the fact that I ended up finishing with a car is very surprising to me. And then ended up going, 2 laps down at one point and coming back was just, I don't know if I deserved to have in the P2 finish. After seeing what Donnie and Omar had for sure, it's pretty, I don't know. I'm not going to say it. It's just an issue. But yeah.
Now, I mean, we've seen a lot of solo spins here tonight. A lot of just, I wouldn't call it aggressive driving, but just not mindful of everybody that was around. Do you feel like it was more of the car and tire compound itself, or do you feel like it was just the throttle input issues that had a lot of those self spins come out tonight?
I think a lot of it had to do with throttle input, because you could feel like if you came off the corner just right, the car felt like it was sticking, but you ended up spinning the tires, which would caused a lot of the accidents. But so it was a lot of throttle control. I don't know. It's a tough track with it sitting on side of a hill, so that didn't help much either. I know that.
Now, I kind of want to say this. I believe this would be your highest finish overall. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Actually, well, I tied. I finished second at Daytona behind Donnie. So I was really trying for that win, but Preston got me off one of those restarts. And after that, I knew I was done with having the older tires.
I mean, we are literally weeks away from wrapping up the first season here for ARCA. Of course, expanding to trucks and keeping ARCA around. How are you really feeling about the next 2 races, and then especially our championship race? I mean, you're sitting top 5 in points right now, comfortably in the driver standings overall after our last race at Dover. I mean, of course, you're going to gain a lot of points tonight, but how are you feeling about that last race of the season, chasing the championship?
I ain't got a shot for Homestead. I really don't. Between Michigan and Homestead are probably one of the two worst tracks that I have. I'm not feeling real confident, honestly. I think it's going to be a Donnie Honeycutt championship.
Well, I mean, we have 3 more weeks to figure that out. After tonight, I wouldn't say anything's anybody's because could be messed up in the last 9 laps. So can't really say at this point in time what I expect because I don't know what to expect. But before we let you go, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, I'd like to ask you if you do have any shout outs to anybody that you would like to give.
You know, between Aaron and Jeff for putting on the league, they work really hard. You do them for the broadcasting. Racing paints is what I do. So I create paints and all that fun stuff. Other than that, for Bree for sticking with us. She really struggled tonight, but is what it is. We'll just rebuild the car for next week.
Well, at least you don't have to add a flip count to it, so there's
Well,
benefit from tonight.
that is true. We don't have to add another number to the car.
But congratulations on your second place finish, and we look forward to seeing what the rest of the season has in store for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Still a good interview after me getting insulted, so I call it even. Now, one more person to hear from, that being your race winner of the night, Preston O'Brien. Preston, are you there, boss?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
First off, congratulations on the win. I did not see, I don't think anybody saw that coming at the end there. Of course, it came off of what would be called a little bit of a controversial finish because of the wreck that involved that took out the top 7 cars. But still, you put yourself in a good position to prevail through that wreck. You were, I believe, 2 laps down at some point in time earlier on in the race. Got your lap or laps back. Got back in the fight into 10th and just slowly worked your way up the field going into this race. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is your first race here with us. What was
It,
really your strategy behind everything?
yeah, it was my first race. My buddy Travis Griffin, he's in the league and he got me into it, and I didn't think I got into the race till like 2 seconds before qualifying even ended. Got home kind of late, so I just planned right around the back the whole time, and I think I started maybe one spot from the very end, but got up to top 10, then caution started coming out. I got involved in one of the early on wrecks. Pit for damage. I didn't want to use my fast repair yet, so I fixed the damage, and that put me a lap down. So I went out the pits and got the pit exit, and the pit exit closed right when I got there, so that put me another lap down. So I got 2 laps down total, but yeah, just kept working my way back up, and eventually got 2 lucky dogs, and after that, just slowly but surely drove to the front, put myself in the right position. And when that wreck came out, that was really my saving grace. Um, I beat the guy in second off the restarts twice, and that was just, I think, I had fresher tires than him, but put herself in the right situation and it worked out.
Now, of course, pretty late into the season for you. Unfortunately, will not be able to fight for that championship, most likely off of the points and how many races you have showed up for. But of course, obviously sticking around for season 2 for ARCA. How are you feeling about your odds to kind of show up and show out what you're capable of on the track? And, do you feel like you have an opportunity to fight for that championship next season?
Uh, well, like I said, it's my first race. Based off today, I'd like to say so. By no means don't expect that performance again, but um, yeah, I think so. There's quite a few, cautions to come out, but again, it's a short track, beginner league, just to be expected. But the guys seem to race pretty respectful towards each other, so that's a good thing. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty late in the season, so I don't have anything for these guys this go around. But next time, I think I've got a pretty good shot at being competitive anyway.
Now, I would like to know if you feel like you possibly have another win under your belt for the remainder of the season. Of course, we only have just 3 weeks left, but of course that's Vegas, Michigan, and Homestead. So how are you feeling about your opportunities within those 3 tracks to hopefully put that 10 car back in victory lane?
Um, Pretty decent. Vegas, Michigan, and Homestead are kind of all race pretty similar. They're very fast. Very tire aware. Tracks. You gotta be smart. But yeah, Travis and I both are pretty well experienced there. So hopefully we can get a good showing out.
Now, another thing I want to know, especially from you, I've asked the other two as well. How was the car feeling for you tonight? We saw a lot of solo spins on the track, and I feel like that accumulated, to a little bit more of aggressive driving. But specifically, how did that car feel for you?
It was very loose. Well, if you got into the gas too quick, it was very loose coming out of 2 and 4. But like on the restarts, the first couple I started in second, and I saw that I was spinning my tires, getting loose on restarts. So I started to start in third, and that helped me out a lot. I could almost flat foot it from the beginning and just get a good jump on the guys. Um, but yeah, it was if you overdrove it, it was very loose coming out, and in fact, I self spun at the very beginning. A caution didn't come out, but I got loose and spun out. So it was controllable, but if you overdrove it, it let you know it.
Well, of course, I'm not going to take up too much of your time on this Wednesday night. I always ask everybody, since it's your first round in here, especially if you have any shout outs or any, appreciation you'd like to say or show to anybody, now would be your time.
Yeah, like I said it before, Travis, my good buddy, got me into the league. Shout out to him. My wife for putting up with me racing. Couldn't do it without her. My buddy Nick Norris, he's awesome. But yeah, just super happy with the turnout. Couldn't be happier.
Well, congratulations on your debut win. I can't say that much since I've been broadcasting. So, I mean, you don't see that often. Might be under certain circumstances, but hey, look, first win, first race, you can't go wrong. So, congratulations to you on the win, and just good luck for the rest of this season and going into next season. I hope to see and hear from you a lot more here in these top 3 interviews.
Yeah, man. Thanks, buddy. Hopefully I can talk to you again soon.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good one.
You too, man.
And that was your race winner debut for him as well. That is Preston O'Brien. That beautiful 10-car low scheme. You saw it fight from the back, starting in 21st today, all the way up to the first. Little bit of a controversial end there, some are most likely going to say. But still, for him, the win is a win. Of course, finishing in first, Preston O'Brien. Second was Matt Banky. Third, Mickey Stewart. In fourth was Rodriguez Jr. Fifth was Brad Miner. Sixth, you had Chris Spreacher. Seventh was Rainey. Eighth was Aaron Wright. Ninth, you had Honeycutt. Then in 10th, you had Kevin Nolf. Jeffrey Bourne in 11th. Gary Wright in 12th. Shero 13th. Liardi in 14th. Travis Griffin in 15th. John Marino out earlier in the night, finishing in 16th. Edward Cross Jr., 44 laps down, finished in 17th. David Callahan, Brianna Laurent, Chad Sherlow, Wiesner, Morton, all out, finishing from 18th and 19th, respectively. Woo, what a 2.5 hours that was. A little hectic at the end there. Caution started coming out back to back to back, as expected on a short track. But we got it done. Now it's behind us, and it is a learning lesson when we go back here next time. Next season, I do believe we go back. I could check that real quick. We do not come back here, so that might be a difference. But we do have a little bit tougher tracks on the schedule, Martinsville being one included, in the same place, just a week different. But of course, it has been an amazing night overall than the Rex. brand new winner, debut win. You don't see that much. But before we head off the air, be sure to check us out. That is not the correct one. Be sure to check us out on Wednesdays, once again right here, same time, different place, 9:05 p.m. Eastern for the Right Time ARCA Series. Momentum Racing at this point in time, still allotted at Friday at 11 p.m. EST. That will move to the NARAS Truck Series next season. NARAS Cup on NARA's YouTube channel. If you can't find them, look up Fisher Studios. It should pop up. Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. EST for the qualifying coverage. It has been, as always, a good race to commentate. Feels great being back, and hopefully we have a little bit more of a cleaner race coming for you guys next week when we touch down at Las Vegas on the 14th for 135 laps. But until that time, we are out.